Hi, this is Charlie giving you Wednesday's video. I hope you're very well. And the first question today is well, I'm going to talk about it in dollars, but I think it was in pounds actually. 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion. Now, why is this figure of interest? Well, uh, we were at a trading show last week, and there was a chap walked around and came up to us and claimed to have made $1.2 billion from trading Forex in the last 10 years. Okay, so the I know it's laughable, isn't it? Now, for those of you who are new to trading, you might be thinking, well, surely that's possible. Let me explain why it's not. It might be you might be able to make 1.2 billion over that sort of period if you're trading with several billion more than that. But the implication or the indication was that he had started from very lowly amounts and had accrued it in the space of 10 years to 1.2 billion. So firstly, it's not true. So I don't know where it's amazing how disillusioned people can be, or delusional people can be, and why people make up stories I do not know. But certainly it's made up. Let me explain why. Because firstly, let's say you started off with a reasonable amount. Let's say you even started off with, let's say, $1 million in your trading account, or maybe even 10 million. Let's say you started off with 10 million even. I'm really being nice here and kind. So you start off with 10 million. Do you really think that you could turn 10 million into 1.2 billion over the course of 10 years? No, you can't. Why not then? Because surely you can just carry on trading, and if you made 100% a year every year, then it could accrue, and I don't know, haven't worked it out what that would actually get to, but surely you could get it right up there. Well, there's this little thing called liquidity out there. All right. Once you start getting into uh, the tens of millions, then liquidity becomes an issue. In that, if you're trying to make, let's say, 100% a year, that means that you're having to put into some sizable positions relative to the size of your account. Now, once your account gets into those tens of millions, do you not think that the position size alone that you're having to put into the FX markets, whatever markets, are not going to start to move the market once you start getting up to much significant levels. You're going to move the market. You wouldn't get filled. There's not enough liquidity for the amount of contracts that you'd be needing to get off in order to make those kinds of returns. You wouldn't even be able to get filled. So the bottom line is you wouldn't have the liquidity in order to be out there, even in the highly liquid forex markets, that for just putting in a position with 1,000 contracts or however many contracts you're trying to put in, all of a sudden you start to move the market, and the market wouldn't fill. You wouldn't get all your positions filled off. It'd be difficult to get in, and also it'd be difficult to get out of the levels you want to get out as well. So the reality is that it just when you start getting up to higher levels, it just doesn't happen. So yes, when you're trading with your 50,000, your 10,000, your 5,000 pounds in your trading accounts, your 500,000 in your trading account, and even your millions in your trading account, yes, you can trade and you can still put in some really nice returns, really good healthy returns. But the higher the amount of money you're trading with, generally speaking, the lower the returns you're going to make, because of the difficulty in finding a home for the money, so to speak, in trades. Hence why most funds, they've got their monies in all sorts of different positions, because they're constantly, you hear hedge funds even trying to find trading ideas where they can get their money into. It's not that easy. What the bigger they get. So anyway, I just thought it was an interesting story, that why someone's walking around telling people that they've made 1.2 billion from trading FX. I do not know, because it's complete and utter nonsense. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you today and why 1.2 billion is a little bit unrealistic. But don't worry, for those of you who are out there trading with your whatever it is amount on your personal accounts, you don't have to worry about that. And if some of you are thinking, oh my God, I thought I was going to become a billionaire, you can become a billionaire from trading by having funds and huge funds, and once you get into big funds under management, of course that's how you become a billionaire, becoming a hedge fund manager. But off your own money, just be satisfied with being a millionaire maybe. Anyway, that bit of fun over and done with. Let's have a look at this chart. Now, I need you to comment on the video on this one. I need you to comment, please, if you will. I've brought this up. This is an hourly chart of a market. I've not shown you what the market is. It doesn't matter. It's hourly bars, and we've found a nice little channel here, so we can see we've got a nice channel here, and I just want your view as to which way next. Are we going to break the channel to the downside, or well, actually, don't even try and take a view on it. Just say, what would you be thinking if you saw this channel, and I showed you this hourly chart? What would you be thinking? Would you think up? I mean, it's had a little bounce here in the last few hours. It's come back down to this trend channel line. Should it break? Or do you think that overall it should come up into the channel? Or do you think it should go for a breakdown? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just interested in your answers and how you would look at that technically. Simple as that. Do respond below. Anyway, I shall be back for Friday's live trading. See you then.